Hi, and thanks for downloading the Starter BizCore Toolkit. In your download, there were 3 videos, video 1, 2, and 3, regarding using the Starter BizCore Toolkit. In this first video, we're going to go over the business plan. And in your download, in the business plan, you had 2 documents. One was a starter business plan, and the other is a comprehensive business plan outline. This outline I started developing in the early 90s when I was writing quite a few business plans for myself and others. And so this has developed over the last 30 plus years to really be comprehensive and cover everything that could possibly go into a business plan. Now, in your particular case, you're probably not going to use every section, every line here, but start with this so that you actually do consider everything. And if you start cutting things out of this document, create another document that I typically call snippets and paste them into that other document so you're not just deleting them. So this is the first document. Get familiar with this, the various parts of it. And then in the second Word document download, this is more of a starter business plan format, where all of those items in the outline are included here, and it includes a starter paragraph for each of these sections. These starter paragraphs can help you to understand what goes into these sections, but also they can become prompts for artificial intelligence, and we'll be talking about that just a little bit later. So these are very comprehensive documents. Go through these, and the first thing you want to do is whatever is on top of your mind, because you've got a lot of ideas running through your head, and get them out of your head and put them into this document. So just come in wherever it happens to be. If you have some thoughts on seasonal fluctuations, for example, just come in here and start adding your comments. Just type them in. Don't worry about them being complete thoughts, sentences, paragraphs. Just get it out of your head, data dump, so you can clear your mind, because there's going to be a lot of other things that you're going to be thinking about. So think of this initially as a placeholder for everything that you've got in your head about this business venture that you're considering starting and wanting to figure out what it's going to do for you through a planning process. So that's how you're going to use this. We're going to talk a little bit more about AI a little bit further once we get a little bit down the road. The outline is also going to figure into your AI strategy in leveraging AI to actually write a lot of sections of your business plan. I've done this quite a few times, and it actually works out pretty well. So in one of your other downloads, you have an Excel file. And in this Excel file, the first 2 sheets are really deep thought processes regarding your products, what you sell, how you make money, the markets that you're going to go after. And so these 2 deep thought processes go hand in hand with your business plan, because this is really a lot of text. So think of the business plan and these 2 exercises as creating a lot of text details about your business, because AI loves details. And if you were not a particular fan of details in the past, because they are very difficult to manage and tame and summarize, AI, the world of AI today, is making that part a whole lot easier. So this first step in this thought exercise is thinking about your markets. This has some information filled in that I did for my business, just to show you that it's a very high level overview of markets. So this is just generally to give you an idea of how many customers are in a particular market. Now, I left my particular target markets, my broad target markets, in here because I figure if you're watching this video, you're in one of these 4 markets. So you can relate to this example, and I'll be doing that a little bit as we go through these videos. But so what I did was I came in and I even though I'm not going to target the international market for BizCore forecasts, I just put in the number. What's the approximate population? So go through and put in populations, the U.S. market, your state market, your local markets, and anything in green, I encourage you to change. These are meant to be changed. Everything else in white is more of a result. You can see there's a little formula in here, and I'll show you why in a second. So, and then what this does is it's going to total up, different totals at the bottom, so for your various markets, state, national level, local cities, and then a local total to give you totals of how many potential customers are in your area. And when you look at what are these broad target markets, look at mine. So I'm targeting folks that are looking to do some kind of business forecasting and planning. And in that market, there are folks that currently own or operate a small business. And so I did some research on that and came up with these numbers in these various areas, seeking to start a small business startups per month. Did the research on all of them. Now the reason why this is a calculation times 0.4, right, this total market, is because I've read a bunch of articles that talked about 40 or 50% of the population is thinking about starting a small business at any given time. Now, this is also going to call out some flaws in market research for you as you go through this thought process. But then another market was just free information and download seekers, folks that are just looking to gather information. They don't want to spend any money right now, so that's a very strong market. Then you start breaking down those individual markets into their demographics. Is there a gender distinction? Is there an ethnicity distinction? Is there an age distinction of the customers that would likely buy your products? Then you have other demographic details such as lifestyle descriptions. How do they live their life? Buying sensitivities. Are they real price conscious? Or do they want to be the first kid on the block with the product? Purchasing patterns. Are there seasonal fluctuations, or do things change after major events, or after an election, for an example? Do purchasing patterns change in your particular market? What are the trends in those target markets that through research you can find? Are they growing? Are they shrinking? Are they shifting? Are the preferences shifting around a little bit? We're going to talk about that a little bit, especially in the customized product and bespoke and artisan type of markets. Then income demographics. Is there a certain income level that's more prone to purchase what you're selling? And then here's just a blank one for you to fill in whatever you'd like. After you go through this process, and you don't have to spend a huge amount of time on this, here again, data dump, get the thoughts out of your head, because you're going to be coming back to this quite a few times. So get it out of your head, get the thoughts going, then go into the next step. The next step is unique selling points of your product. These are called USPs traditionally. These are items in certain categories of what parts of your product or aspects of what you sell have these unique selling positions and these unique selling points that really address these types of motivations out in the marketplace of why people buy a product. They buy it for quality, for innovation. They buy it based on price or based on a value. And these two are different. We'll talk about that. Credibility of the product, accessibility, availability, adaptable uses. And you can see yours is blank. Mine I kept filled in because here again, if you're watching this video, you're in this group here. And so you go through this, and it's a deep thought process. So use this as a guide. And when you come to the features and benefits, think about it this way. This is a type of selling, feature, benefit, selling. The feature is the stake, commonly referred to. What is it? What is that aspect of what you sell that is most relevant to the quality of your product as a selling point? If it's a low quality product, you probably don't want to bring it up, but these are selling points that motivate people to buy your product. So the feature is what is the actual part of what you sell that applies to quality. On the benefit side is, what does that feature mean to them? What is the benefit? And in feature benefit selling, never mention a feature without mentioning the benefit. They go hand in hand. Think of it as the steak. The sizzle, the benefit is when it gets presented. What does it look like? The smell of the steak. So feature benefit selling. We're going to come to this, back to this in just a second. Now that you're going through this, now you're going to think through the psychographics of your customers. These are the reasons, the motivations. Why would a customer buy what you're selling? And when you really look at psychographics, it comes down to two things. It's seeking pleasure and avoiding pain. Those are the two primary motivators, but get a little more specific. You can see the examples that I used here. You know, you're stuck. You don't know where to start. You've done it before, and you're looking for a better way to do it. So why are people looking for a business forecasting and planning approach? Okay. So now once you go through all of this, here's some of the uses of what you can do with this information, these details that you put together that you probably really tried to avoid in the past. Now you want to create as many details as you can, because this is where you're going to use this in many different areas, such as your product and service development, your product and service refinement. You're going to go back and forth through this process. You're going to do some market research and see if your competition has these, or find out what they have that you don't have and add them to this list. Also, when you really develop these and really put in some good thought on these features and benefits, this becomes website content, all the key points that you want to put there, and all your marketing materials, handouts, flyers, signage. These are going to be your headlines to attract certain types of customers that have certain types of psychographics. Okay? Now, as you go through this, you're going to come up to spots, you're going to get stuck. You're going to not know what to fill in here, for example. Well, that's going to tell you where you need to do some market research. So this becomes really, the blanks become checklists of where you need to do more research. Now, one of the things I did with all of this, a couple things I did. I took all of this, I took all of this, I took these four parts of my market, and I fed it into an AI, and I said, give me 20 keywords. And this is what it came back with. And I was really encouraged. Not perfect, needs a little bit of wordsmithing, but pretty darn good. Saved me an awful lot of time. The other thing I did was I took all of this and I went in to an AI and I said, give me a comprehensive marketing strategy and marketing plan across these 6 different platforms, including posts and paid advertising. And through a series of prompts and all responses I was getting back and cutting and pasting, I came up with a 60-page marketing strategy and plan, very detailed, all the way down to headline suggestions, content suggestions, formats, and I did it all in less than half a day. I can only imagine what an advertising agency would have charged me to do that, and it would have taken them longer, and I would have had to spend how much time explaining to them what I was really looking for and what my product and service and what I was selling was all about, and my corporate culture, when I can do it all right here in half a day. So this is video 1. Please watch for video 2, because we're going to start going into cost of goods sold, this very unique G&A input that I designed over many years also, and then a multi-purpose income and expense for your business. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you on the next video.